Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am OLAMIDE BADMUS. First, the headlines. NAFDAC targets WHO's highest regulatory rating with AI-driven reforms. Oyo State celebrates 50 years Golden Jubilee of Progress and Unity. Child serial killer Lucy Letby will face no further criminal charges. Thousands protest against Trump immigration policies. Nigeria begins Africa Handball Nations Cup campaign with victory over Algeria. Now the details. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control is targeting advancements to the World Health Organization Global Benchmarking Tool Maturity Level 4 for digitalization of its regulatory processes, deployment of artificial intelligence in drug approval and safety monitoring, and further strengthening of local manufacturing. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, disclosed this today at the Media Party in Lagos, where she presented a detailed account of the agency's regulatory modernization journey from 2018 to date. Professor Adeyeye said the next phase of NAFDAC's reforms would consolidate earlier gains while positioning Nigeria as a global and regional regulatory leader. According to the NAFDAC Director General, regulatory modernization is built on 5 strategic pillars: strong leadership and governance, institutionalization of best practices, safety and quality of regulated products, continuous monitoring along the supply chain, and efficient financial and performance management. Unemployment among young graduates remains a growing concern across Nigeria. Each year, thousands leave higher institutions with dreams of a better future, only to face a harsh job market filled with uncertainty and frustration. This report takes a closer look at the challenges young graduates face in their search for decent employment. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Abiodun Oloyede reports on the challenges young graduates face in finding jobs. Here is the report.
Face a lot of challenges in securing decent jobs after leaving school. Despite having certificates and skills, thousands remain unemployed due to scarcity of job opportunities and lack of experience. After searching for decent jobs, some youths settle for menial jobs and start small businesses and online businesses. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, a graduate, Adewale Ahmad, expressed that he has tried his best to look for a job, but unfortunately for him, he ended up doing his handwork.
I don't find job tired. If you help me see job, every time I see I find out. I don't find job tired for this Obodo Naija. Now, Baba, I later end up with certificate. You know, easy for this country. Those who don't make camp, they don't make camp. They don't really pray. Maybe we make camp safe. Abi, how you say they see them? If person help me find help, me I will not be person when lazy. If I see work, I will do them.
In another interview with Agidigbo FM, Mr. TJ urged the government to create more jobs to reduce unemployment.
I will urge the government to create more jobs to reduce unemployment.
Local government.
Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, a secondary school teacher, Mrs. Adedokun Adeola, advised parents should make sure their children learn a trade or handwork.
Like tailor, and all those work sha. So before that person leave the school as in SS3, he or she will be able to have a knowledge about the trade work for her to get to school, so she will be able to even help his or her parents.
Many Nigerians are calling on the government to provide more job opportunities before students graduate from school in order to limit the rate of unemployment. As the number of graduates increases each year, experts say stronger collaboration between schools, industries, and government is needed to create more employment opportunities and equip youths with relevant and market-ready skills. Abiodun Oloyede, Agidigbo FM News.
The Oyo State government has unveiled a week-long program of events to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the state's creation. Chairman Committee of the 50th anniversary, a former member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Saheed Akinade Fijabi, reeled out the activities at the press briefing held at the Secretariat Ibadan, as the lineup of activities includes religious services, cultural exhibitions, award and dinner night, and a public lecture. Honorable Akinade Fijabi said the Golden Jubilee program, which will begin on January 26 with Governor Seyi Makinde's speech at the UI through the 3rd of February, was structured to combine reflection, Thanksgiving, intellectual engagement, and cultural celebration in line with the future-driven vision of Governor Seyi Makinde.
The 17 governors that have been since the inception of Oyo State since 1976, we believe they'll be present if they're still alive, and if not, the families will be present, and definitely we are giving them service award to show that this is a state, the base state, and Adishebi Oyolari, Oyo Onishebi Babe.
According to the chairman of the committee, other activities include health outreach in the 33 local government areas, film show in the 6 geopolitical zones, carnival symposium and lectures, religious services, sport and empowerment program for women.
On the 28th, it's going to be the carnival like where we'll be walking from Mapo to Damasinga, and we are having all local government will be represented. Artisan, students, youth, women, they'll be coming together, and it's going to be a fun. And all of us will be marching from Mapo down to Adamasigba. When we reach Adamasigba, the party continues. There will be a stage there, and there will be a concert for everybody to enjoy. As HE said, His Excellency said, he said we have to celebrate ourselves, and we're celebrating for people.
Oyo State was created on 3rd of February 1976 from the former western region of Nigeria, with Ibadan serving as its administrative capital. A public affairs analyst, Comrade Femi Babalola, has called on the Nigerian police force to investigate the recent kidnapping and attack on churches in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. Speaking on the People's-Oriented Program Shokonwa on Agidigbo FM, Comrade Babalola emphasized that terrorists and kidnappers should be arrested and punished according to the law approved by the National Assembly. However, the analyst advised Nigerian government to be decisive in their actions against terrorists and bandits, emphasizing that restructuring and empowering local security agencies is crucial to address threats, including certain hideouts of bandits and terrorists. An aspirant for the Oyo State House of Assembly, Ibadan North East Constituency 2, Honorable Folarin Olaniyan, has acknowledged that Accord's street credibility and grassroots appeal is what the residents need to drive development in the state. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News today, Honorable Olaniyan endorsed Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat's ambition, citing his philanthropic track record and clean political history as a positive force for development.
The Accord Party is clean. Our candidates that we are fielding for the position come 2027, Dr. Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat is the friend of the masses, is the man of the masses. He has not been into any political mess whatsoever, and is the one Accord deem it fit, together with people like us, to field for election, which we believe makes the party The
Honorable Olania opined that Dr. Mzet has long championed human rights and development in the state even before declaring his intention. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kuliamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola. Child serial killer Lucy Ledby will not face criminal charges in relation to further allegations of death and non-fatal collapses of babies, according to the Crown Prosecution Service. The extra information received from police had not met the evidential test. Ledby was sentenced to 15 whole lifetimes for murdering 7 babies and attempted to murder 7 others on the hospital neonatal unit between June 2015 and June 2016. Frank Ferguson, head of the CPS Special Crime and Counter-Terrorism Division, affirmed that no new criminal charges should be brought against her. Ferguson said the decision not to pursue further charges had been made independently based on the evidence and in line with the legal tests. A train driver has been killed and at least 37 people injured after a commuter train derailed and crashed near Barcelona yesterday. According to local officials, the train collided with a retaining wall which fell onto the track. Catalonia Regional Fire Inspector Claudio Gelado said all the passengers had been removed from the train. The incident occurred as heavy storm battered northeastern Spain with coastal area in the east and northwest on the high alert because of the weather. And that ends the news from Kuliamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya. President Trump addressed the World Economic Forum, the exclusive annual gathering of world leaders, policymakers, and business figures in Davos, Switzerland, amid unprecedented tension with America's closest allies over Mr. Trump's effort to make Greenland part of the U.S. In his remark, Mr. Trump lambasted America's NATO allies as unreliable partners, insisting the U.S. needs ownership of Greenland for security reasons, but adding for the first time that it would not use U.S. military force to take control of the island. Mr. President reserved the harshest criticism in his remarks not for the United States, major adversaries, but for its closest allies, including Britain and other European nations, which he said were unrecognizable and not in a positive way. Thousands of U.S. workers and students marched through cities and university campuses on Tuesday in opposition to the immigration policies of President Donald Trump. On the first anniversary of Trump's second term, protests sprang up across the country against his aggressive immigration crackdown that prompted outrage after federal agents dragged a U.S. citizen from a car and shot dead 37-year-old mother Renee Good in Minneapolis in past weeks. Hundreds of protesters gathered in Washington and smaller cities where demonstrators marched through the downtown shouting, "No ICE, no KKK, no fascist, USA." The Trump administration says it has a mandate from voters to deport millions of immigrants in the country illegally. Recent polls show most Americans disapprove for the use of force by officers with immigration and customs enforcement and other federal agencies. University students demonstrated in Cleveland, Ohio, chanting, "No hate, no fear. Refugees are welcome here," according to protest organizers and school officials. And that has the news from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Welcome back once again. Now in the exciting world of sports, Nigeria's senior men handball team, the Golden Arrows, began their campaign at the 27th African Men's Handball Nations Cup on a winning note with a hand-fought 25-23 victory over Algeria in their opening Group A match on Tuesday in Kigali, Rwanda. The counter played at the Petty State saw Nigeria take early control and head into the break with a 16-13 first-half advantage thanks to a disciplined defensive display and efficient finishing in attack. Algeria mounted a strong fight back after the restart, closing the gap and testing Nigeria's resolve, but the Golden Arrows held firm in the closing minutes to secure a deserved 2 points at the end of regulation time. The win places Nigeria in a strong position in Group A, which also features host Rwanda and Zambia. The Golden Arrows will return to action on Thursday when they face Zambia in their second group match as they continue their quest for a podium finish in the Continental Championship, which serves as qualifiers for the 2027 World Men's Handball Championship in Germany. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. NAFDAC targets WHO's highest regulatory rating with AI-driven reforms. Ohio State celebrates 50 years Golden Jubilee of progress and unity. Child serial killer Lucy Letby will face no further criminal charges. Thousands protest against Trump immigration policies. Nigeria begins African Handball Nations Cup campaign with victory over Algeria.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo887fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on the Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news, stories, and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am OLAMIDE BADMUS. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out-of-school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice. Agidigbo.